Sometimes the loudest statement you can make is to simply walk away. A boycott is a collective refusal, a powerful, peaceful protest. It's when people stop buying a product, using a service, or visiting a place to demand change. Think of it as voting with your wallet. Throughout history, boycotts have been used to challenge injustice, from the Montgomery bus boycott to the anti-apartheid movement. The goal? To hit where it hurts, the bottom line. When enough people join, sales drop, economies feel pressure, and leaders are forced to listen. You don't need to be famous to participate, just make conscious choices about where you spend your money and time. Boycotts often arise when people feel unheard, and all other avenues for dialogue have failed. They're a global expression of empathy, a way to stand with those harmed by unjust policies. The empty store aisle or canceled trip becomes a symbol of a moral stand. Ultimately, a boycott is an act of hope, rooted in the belief that collective action can spark real change. It's not about hating a country, but about supporting shared values of fairness and dignity. In our interconnected world, a boycott is a reminder. No nation is an island. Imagine waking up to find the world has built new walls, not of bricks, but of rules. In June 2025, the Trump administration enacted a sweeping travel ban, barring people from 12 countries from entering the US for any reason. For 7 more nations, restrictions tightened, closing doors on countless dreams. The administration claims it's about national security, citing visa overstays and terrorism concerns. Critics argue it punishes entire populations for their government's actions. Alongside travel bans, tariffs have soared. US tariffs on Chinese goods now average 51%, with proposals for even higher rates on countries buying Russian energy. Allies like Canada and the EU have retaliated, sparking a trade war that affects everyone. These policies send a clear message, America first, and a retreat from global cooperation. The US, once a beacon of openness, now risks being seen as a closed gate. It's a fundamental shift, forcing the world to rethink its relationship with America. The impact is immediate, global, and deeply personal. Policy is never just about politics, it's about people. The new travel ban has real, heartbreaking consequences. Students denied education, families kept apart, dreams erased overnight. In the year before the ban, 170,000 visas were issued to now banned countries. 170,000 stories cut short. The impact ripples outward, creating fear and uncertainty for travelers everywhere. Even those not directly affected now wonder if they'll be welcome or if the rules will change mid-flight. Tourism from Europe and Canada is quietly shifting elsewhere, a silent protest. Tariffs, too, hit home. Higher prices for consumers, lost jobs for American workers, and shrinking markets for farmers and manufacturers. It's a chain reaction that hurts families on both sides of the ocean. But the greatest cost is the loss of human connection. Travel builds empathy and understanding. Closing borders blocks more than just people, it blocks possibility. We're replacing handshakes with standoffs and conversations with accusations. The walls we build isolate us, and the human cost is immeasurable. In the end, it's not just policy, it's people's lives. The world isn't just watching, it's responding. Boycotts are led by real people, from government officials to artists taking a stand. In Chad, the government suspended visas for US citizens in direct response to the travel ban. Cultural figures like violinist Christian Tetzlaff and pianist Andras Schiff canceled US tours, making headlines with their principled stands. These aren't just canceled events, they're powerful statements that art and conscience are inseparable. Protesters emphasize this isn't about rejecting Americans but about challenging US government policies. Inspired by past movements like the anti-apartheid boycott, the goal is to pressure for change without targeting ordinary citizens. This distinction transforms the boycott into an act of solidarity, not aggression. When artists cancel, they stand with Americans who also oppose these policies. The message, a government's actions don't always reflect its people's will. This nuanced approach gives the movement its moral force. It's a global plea for democracy and human rights. Like ripples in a pond, boycotts and policy shifts spread far and wide. The US tourism industry is feeling the pain. A projected 9% increase in foreign travel has flipped to a 5% decrease, a $64 billion shortfall. That means fewer jobs for hotel staff, tour guides, and small business owners across America. Retaliatory tariffs from Canada, China, and the EU threaten nearly 8 million US jobs, especially in regions that supported these policies. The pain is mutual. Students, entrepreneurs, and workers worldwide lose opportunities as doors close. Our global economy is deeply interconnected. When one nation shuts itself off, everyone feels it. Trade and travel patterns are shifting. Travelers and businesses are looking elsewhere for stability. Destinations like Australia and Europe are seeing a surge, while the US risks losing its central role in global commerce and tourism. The long-term risk? A fragmented world economy, with America no longer the default destination. The consequences are real, and they're reshaping the global landscape. In a connected world, isolation hurts everyone. The question is, can we afford these walls? The answer is playing out in real time. There's a unique silence when a world-class stage sits empty. This is the sound of the cultural boycott, a protest made through absence. When artists like Tetzlaff or Schiff cancel US performances, it's a powerful rejection of the political climate. The empty chair becomes a symbol felt by thousands. Cultural boycotts have real impact. They limit cultural exchange, narrow horizons, and isolate audiences from global perspectives. For artists, boycotting is a sacrifice, financially and emotionally, but a stand for conscience. Their actions remind us that art and humanity are inseparable. The administration's dismissive response, "America first," only deepens the divide. Culture is the soul of a nation, and its richness depends on openness. When international voices fall silent, we all lose. The empty stage is a loss for everyone. In the end, silence speaks volumes. For travelers, today's political climate turns a simple trip into a moral dilemma. Is visiting the US an endorsement of its policies, or can travel be an act of bridge building? Many now choose destinations that align with their values, seeking places where they feel welcome and safe. For some, avoiding the US is a form of protest. For others, visiting is a way to foster connection and understanding. The decision is personal. There's no single right answer. What's clear: travel is no longer politically neutral. Where we go, how we spend, and who we meet now carries new significance. Whether you boycott or engage, your choices are part of a larger global conversation. The world is watching, and every traveler's decision matters. In this divided era, travel is both a statement and an opportunity. The path you choose shapes the world we share. Strip away politics and headlines, and we're left with people. A mother in Yemen, a farmer in Iowa, a young artist in Germany, all share the same hopes for safety, opportunity, and connection. The pain of division is real, felt on all sides: canceled trips, lost jobs, missed opportunities. These aren't political victories, they're collective human losses. Travel teaches us that we have more in common than we think. Sharing a meal or a moment abroad reminds us of our shared humanity. Policies of division threaten to make us forget this truth. Empathy is crucial, understanding the fears behind policies and the heartbreak they cause. Empathy doesn't mean agreement, it means seeing the world through another's eyes. Only empathy can cut through the noise and remind us we're in this together. In the end, it's our shared humanity that matters most. We stand at a crossroads. One path leads to more division, the other to connection. If we keep building walls, boycotts and silent stages may become the new normal. The world could become a place where passports dictate not just travel, but connection. But there's another way, one that values travel, diversity, and learning from each other. It takes courage to listen, to challenge assumptions, and to build bridges. Change starts with small acts: a traveler seeking understanding, an artist sharing their work, citizens demanding engagement. Hope is an active choice, not a passive wish. The future of global travel, and our community, rests in our hands. What kind of world will we leave for the next generation? Will it be suspicion and closed doors, or curiosity and open arms? Travel can be a force for good, reminding us this world is a home we all share. Let's choose the path that leads us back to each other.